Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. How much money do you think you need to invest in order to make 4K a month using trading robots? Do you think it's 50K, 100K? No. I believe that if you're using 3Commas, it's much less than that. In this video, we're going to be discussing what I call the monthly winning setup. What is that? Well, it's a challenge I put myself. I wanted to find a way to set up robots in 3Commas so they produce just around 4K a month. And I believe in the last month, since I've been tweaking over and over this setup until I found a way to achieve 1K a week in the last week, exactly. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing exactly the setup I found and how am I diversifying the funds in order to manage better the risk in the market with the market conditions, and how much manual intervention I'm having to do with these robots. And at the very end of the video, you're gonna discover this magic figure, which is how much money am I actually using, and it's very little compared to what you have in mind probably. But before I show you the actual setup, please consider using the link in the description to get a free account on 3Commas. And why am I trying to convince you of this? Because there's no better way to convince yourself that this is an actual winning setup than, getting the free account, getting the trial. With the link in the description, you're going to get 3 days of trial with paper trading. What you can do with those 3 days is exactly mimic the setup I'm giving you in this video. And if you have any questions about the setup and you want to mimic it exactly how it is, and I miss mentioning some detail, join the Discord server. Again, link in the description. In the Discord server, there's going to be a dedicated channel to ask questions about the setup of the monthly winning setup, which I decided to call it, and that channel is going to be specifically for asking questions on how to get it right, the exact setup. So I'm going to be there for you, explaining any questions you have until you get it right. When I started 1 month ago, I was reluctant to opening an account on 3Commas, and because I thought there's no way I'm gonna pay 50 quid for this. I don't need this. I have ProQuant, I have MetaTrader. These platforms are free. Yeah, but I was never able to get this level of profit with those tools. With 3Commas, in the first 3 days, I made almost $200, and that paid 4 times for the monthly price of 3Commas. So I really encourage you to get the link in the description, sign up for 3Commas, get the 50% discount, and get the 3 days to try it out. If you don't make the results, which I hardly doubt it, you can just leave it there. Don't pay for the account. You don't have to, but it's a win. It's a win. So let's look at the robots. That's why you're here, right? So first robot that I have is actually using TradingView and RSI signals. It's got $3,400 and it's trading using the best coins. What is best coins? Let's have a look at the robot. So this one is trading with ADA, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, XRP, and SIL. So those are, top coins that I consider, a win. And this robot is using the strong buy on the 1 minute, the strong buy on the 15 minute, and buy on 1 hour and 5 minutes. It's using the RSI to buy over both. And the base order is $40. So when all these conditions are met, it will buy a position for $40 on one of these pairs that at that point is triggering all these conditions at the same time. And if the price goes down after it bought this $40, what it will do is will open a safety order if the price goes down more than 1%. And then if it goes down another 1%, it will place another position for $60. How many times? Well, 5 times until it gets to 5% below. That's the last safety order that it will open. And it will take profit at 1%. This one is basically using trailing to also capture more profit. So if it passes 1% and it goes in a straight line, parabolic up, it will keep taking profit. The only way it will stop is after passing the 1%. If it goes below 0.2%, then it will close. So the minimum that you will make with this is 0.8% if this immediately hits back from the 1%. So 1 minus 0.2. But if it went to 2% straight and then goes down, you will make 1.8. You get the idea. This road doesn't use any stop loss. The reason, well, these are great coins. So when they're going up and up and up and up and up, this thing will trigger as long as it's not overbought. And if it decides to drop significantly, like 10%, you will end up holding one of these coins, which are great coins to hold. Of course, it's not great that you're holding it at that price, but worst case scenario, you will have to just wait for it to come back, and it wouldn't affect you that much. So far, this robot has made 379 deals since the inception. This started a couple of weeks ago, and it's made $558. That's great. You can see here, the current positions open and which pairs are making me more money. So Theta is not really great, and SEAL hasn't been great for this robot. Mostly Link, Ethereum, XRP, ADA, and BTC are the winners. So I may even consider going here and removing them. It all depends on the conditions of the market. This could swap the other way around next week. You never know. So for now, as I said, I'm not going to be touching these robots. Second robot is based on a robot that is kind of a template that they give you in 3Commas. It's called the Gordon Risky, Fast and Risky. And so I inherit all the setup of this robot. Is quite different. It uses something called QFL, and the QFL as an entering signal is different from this one here. Remember, in the previous one I was telling you I'm using TradingView and RSI. This one uses QFL. The TradingView actually buys when there's a strong signal coming from technical indicators, all consistently giving you a bullish signal. Whereas the QFL, what it does, it signals, it flags to buy only when there's a drop in the price. And when there's a drop, this thing detects, tells you when it thinks that it's going to bounce back. So it does actually the opposite as the previous robot. This robot follows a trend based on technical indicators, and the QFL enters when there's a drop in the price and it believes it's gonna come back up. And this one is using all the coins, and it's using $13.75. That's what I'm using for this one. And because it's based on the riskier, this one has less safety orders. I think max safety orders, 3. So this only has 3. The previous one had 5 and smaller. This one has 3 and larger. So that's the way the riskier bought the template, and it is proving to work pretty well. So I'm not touching anything, and as I say, the only thing I'm removing from here is the stop loss. I don't want stop loss. I became an enemy of the stop loss on this system. In ProQuant, you need a stop loss at some point, but here you need to understand that you're buying coins, you're buying currency, so it's better to hold. In many situations, it's better to hold, and if you hold it, then you have other things that you can do with a currency that's devaluated, rather than having the stop loss, because the stop loss is just going to kill you. It's not great for this scenario. Then I have two more robots, similar to the second one. So this one was the QFL risky. I just made two more robots based on the template that they give you in 3Commas, the safe and the moderate. What did I change? Well, I changed the position size compared to the second. You can see here the safe, I made the position size larger, significantly larger than the risky one. That's for managing risk. And this one as well doesn't have the stop loss. I got rid of the stop loss on the safe and then on the moderate. It uses all the pairs. Again, that's the same. And the amount of money is similar. It's just that the position size is larger. So how do you calculate this number here? So you go to the robot, the 1376. You go to the robot, and you're gonna see the max amount that this bot is using. You can see it there. And how is it calculated? Well, it's calculated on how many deals you allow this robot to open at the same time. So if you put just one, this amount will drop to $441. So each deal can use $441 maximum. And in which conditions will you use 441? Well, if all the safety orders open, you will use 441. If you only open the base order, you would use 80. So it's 80 plus 120 multiplied by the number of safety orders that you are allowing the bot. So in this case, it's 3. So it's 3 multiplied by 120 plus 80. That gives you 441. And there's other things that affect the price as well. There's some fancy things that I'm not going to bore you in this video. I'll mention them in another video. And that's how you get the total amount that you can use in the bot. And that number, as a pattern, I'm naming my robots with the amount I'm using total, because I want to be all times clear how much money I have in each robot, etc. So, as I say, risky, safe, and moderate, they came from a template. The first one is a combination of trading views. The CQS, completely different signal. The CQS is using a signal that this third party from 3Commas, they got an agreement in between these two companies, CQS and 3Commas, and they made for free this scalping signal that you will normally have to pay for it outside 3Commas, but in 3Commas you get it for free. And this basically signals good prices for scalping. And the only change I made is I also incorporate here as a start condition the RSI. And the reason is that I noticed that CQS was opening too many times and over both conditions, which was making some trades not really great. So I'm trying to filter out that. In this one, you may notice that the position size had a little bit larger. That proved to work better for me. What else? No stop loss. One position at the time. I think there's not much. I'm using all the coins. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, which is extremely important, is I'm filtering here. I'm blacklisting at the top of my bots all the leverage coins, all these up and downs. They work amazing when they work, but with leverage, you can get hit really badly. And I don't remember exactly how they are called, these up and downs, but they really don't make you any favor when there's a lot of up and downs in the price. And the longer you stay holding any of these coins, with ups and downs, you end up losing a lot of money. And in my paper trading account, I was using them in the beginning when I was trying out, and they cost a lot of losses. And I say, okay, fine, let's blacklist them until I understand really how to use them properly, because that's another level of risk that I'm not prepared yet to go for until I understand better how to work with these robots. So one thing at a time always. So CQS, again, is the signal. This has $4,000 and is combined with RSI. It's working pretty well as well. The next robot is also using TradingView and RSI, but this one, compared to the first one, is using all the coins. That's the only difference. No more difference, and is significantly smaller the size of the position compared to the first one. It's just 25 higher the other one. And then I have this interesting idea here. This is what I call the top daily coins. It's based on TradingView and RSI. It's got $1,360. And what's interesting about this robot? Well, there's some cherry pick coins here. And where are they coming from? Well, if you go to edit on this robot and you clear this, you get recommended pairs, right? So you can do this every day. You can clear this at some point, same point during the day, or you can do it multiple times a day, and you can delete all of this and you can add them, and every day you will see fresh new recommendations and you can use them, and then you save, boop, good to go. Another way is you can go to robots and bot analytics, and you're going to see today's best pairs. They're coming from what? They're coming from people that are trading. So these are the number of trades that the whole platform 3Commas has done and today, and the number of wins they made. And you can see here, you can take ideas from here, combine with the other ones, and that's how you feed your top coins of the day robot, and you can have you can balance out more towards the coins that are making big wins if you are willing to spend 30 seconds a day updating this thing. What else do you need to do? So in terms of manual intervention, there's very little manual intervention really. So all I do is once a day I spend around 10-15 minutes. I go to the deals that these robots are opening. Say each robot can open multiple deals at a time, and I look here at the profit. I sort them by profit, and I look at the ones that are about to close, and then I make sure I'm looking here at the red ones, the ones that are doing terrible. And this one is already 9% down, 8% down. So let's look at the chart of this one. So this, to look at the chart, you hit at the pair, and you will see here that it opened the first order here, and the safety order started opening. It collapsed down. It went all the way here. But what you can do on a day like this, you can identify a strong support. So for example, let's say I believe that's my support. My price is around here, sorry, and my target price is around 851. So you can do two things. You can just wait. Option one, you wait until it hits 852, or you can add more funds, which will buy at the current price, and you will lower down your take profit of 1%. Depending on how much funds you put at 757, it will, the more you put, the more it will lower it. Another option is you can do a manual base order that you put at the support level or close to the support level. Let's say at 701, you put a base order, manual, safety order, manual safety order at 702, and you make it substantial enough so the take profit level drops significantly to maybe 764, somewhere around there. Why? Because your hypothesis will be that once we hit this, because it's a support, it's gonna respect the support, bounce back up, possibly to here, and it's pretty much it's much more doable that you hit the 773 as opposed to hitting the 851. So that could be, in some scenarios, a good strategy to exit quicker. Of course, it requires more money. Of course, it might not respect the support and keep dropping down, but that's your call. So you need to look at the chart, you need to do some technical analysis, put some support, some resistance, and try to forecast what you think is more likely to happen. And once you make up your mind, then you make your decision. Of course, you can always, ignore it and leave it there, and you will have, some 1, 2, 3 positions that are, your big losers. They're gonna remain there for a while until they reverse. That's another option. But if you're impatient and you want to get rid of your bad deals, you can always take the other option. It will require a little bit more of knowledge, technical analysis, and understanding maybe some background fundamentals around how it behaves, this type of coin, etc. But it's also doable. So yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. So let me know what you think about the setup, and remember that you can join on Discord channel, which is the main channel that we can use to discuss how to do the setup. Join 3Commas, get your free account, do the paper trading, use those 3 trial days to mimic this thing, and put the amount of money. I was forgetting the most important thing. I haven't told you how much money. I mean, if you did the math, if you sum all these numbers here, you're gonna notice that that's 14K. 14K is the number, is the magic number that I think can make you 4K a month, which is absolutely crazy. But if you notice here in the last week, from here to here, there is just below $1,000, just below. And don't judge before, because before is the period where I was tweaking over and over and over again the robots to get them to really perform in the way I wanted. So even in the last week, I had a few hiccups. So this is just going to keep improving, because I'm settling on the approach. I'm doing very little changes. Let's see how it's going in the next week. I may share another video to see if this is improving even further. In the Discord channel, of course, every day we're going to be chatting. That's going to be the main channel to discuss anything I'm planning to do with the robots. And I'm really curious, guys, if you want to mimic this thing, how good it's going for you. And this is extremely exciting for me. Awesome, guys. Thanks very much for watching until this very point. I'm sure none of you are still around, but if you're here, thanks very much. Cheers. Have a good one.